Hey, what's happening, Disney Viewers? Me, the Guy01, and welcome to this week's versus episode on the Walkthrough channel. This week, it's the People's Champion, The Rock, against the Tribal Chief, Roman Reigns. Now, we didn't have any birthdays this week, but if you've been following anything, really anything on social media the past week since day one, you'll know why this matchup is happening, but we'll get to that in a second. But, like I said, there were no birthdays this week, so really the only thing to cover is Raw and SmackDown. Which is good, because there's a lot to cover. And that's probably the biggest thing to cover, but once again, we'll get to that. The first match of Raw was Nia Jax versus Becky Lynch, which Nia won. Nia beat Becky Lynch in what was probably one of, if not the best match of her career. I mean, it was a real good match. I mean, especially for Nia, who's, you know, gotta give her credit, she's improved since coming back. Like, she's really improved, like, in the ring since coming back. And Lynch, I mean, she can have a good match with anyone. The next match was a tag team match, which saw Kofi Kingston and Jey Uso go up against Vinci and Kaiser of Imperium. The match ended prematurely due to referee stoppage due to what is seemingly a legitimate injury on Vinci, who the refs basically, something happened at ringside where they determined he is not fit to compete and they called off the match. So we don't know exactly what the injury was, but if it was severe enough that they basically said the match cannot continue, then you know it could just be all precaution, which, you know, is good. You want that, but we'll have to see. The next match saw the Awesome Truth reunite and defeat Dominic Mysterio and JD McDonough of Judgment Day, even though, as R-Truth pointed out in the segment before the match, McDonough is technically not in Judgment Day anymore because Truth beat him. But I guess they're just kind of ignoring that. But it was a fun match, and it's cool to see Miz and R-Truth team up again. And it's crazy that Truth can still move the way he does. He's in his 50s, by the way. R-Truth is in his 50s. And just watching that match and knowing he's in his 50s is crazy. I mean, the guy can go. Still. It'll actually be kind of funny to see Miz and R-Truth, maybe they're the ones who beat Finn Balor and Damian Priest for the Undisputed Tag titles. That'd be cool. I'd be down for that. Give them both one last, you know, real title reign before they retire, because, I mean, clock's ticking for both of them, if you think about it. I mean, like I said, Truth is in his 50s. Miz, you know, what is he in? Late 30s, early 40s? You know, so he doesn't have much long left. Rhea Ripley beat Ivy Nile to retain the women's title. And then the next segment, the segment that everyone was talking about. So to provide some context for the segment, for the past week, Triple H has been teasing that on day one, a former WWE champion will be making a special appearance. And just with that, the rumor mill started going. People were saying Batista, John Cena, who else got mentioned? Just like a few, like I think Batista was like the main one. People were like, oh yeah, it's gonna be Batista. Well, then Jinder Mahal came out to a chorus of boos. It was hilarious. I mean, you say former WWE champion, and then Mahal comes out, and you're like, oh yeah, he is a former WWE champion. I forgot. But that wasn't the end of it. So Mahal comes to the ring, talks for a few minutes, and then all of a sudden, The Rock's music hits. And then The Rock comes out, trash talks Mahal before taking him out and hitting the people's elbow on him. But the thing that got everyone talking wasn't that The Rock returned, wasn't that he beat up Jinder Mahal. It's what he said during this promo that got people excited. Basically, The Rock said that he basically asked a rhetorical question of if he's hungry and wants to eat, where should he sit? and he basically said, "I think I'm going to sit at the head of the table," and that's what got everyone. That's what everyone's talking about, because it's basically The Rock calling out Roman Reigns, saying that he sits at the head of the table. And just with that, I mean, WrestleMania got flipped all on its head. I mean, people were already like, as soon as The Rock returned and dropped that line, people already started, fantasy booking the next 4, 5, 6 months past WrestleMania. I mean, already where people are being like, The Rock is going to be the one to challenge Roman Reigns at Royal Rumble, or he's going to be the one to challenge him at Mania. People were saying stuff like, he's going to challenge Reigns at Royal Rumble, win the world title, and then CM Punk wins the Royal Rumble and challenges The Rock at WrestleMania. Kind of like a reversal of what happened back in what would that have been, 2013? 2014? No, that would have been 2013. Where The Rock beats CM Punk to win the world title at WrestleMania, and then defends it at WrestleMania against the world champion, taking, CM Punk's main event spot at WrestleMania away from him. I mean, that'd be a cool story, like 10 years in the making, just a reversal of what happened between Rock and Punk in 2013. Then there was also the thing of The Rock beats Roman Reigns at WrestleMania, at Royal Rumble to become champion, and then whoever wins the triple threat between Knight, Orton, and Styles would then challenge The Rock at WrestleMania, or maybe Cody wins the Royal Rumble and challenges The Rock, or so many different things came out of this. And honestly, it's funny because they all basically disappeared after SmackDown. Oh crap. But, like I said, we'll get to that as well. Shayna Baszler and Zoe Stark beat Tegan Nox and Natalya. Ooh, up and down we go. Ow. Oh, no you don't. Get over there. Spinebuster. In the main event, Seth Rollins faced Drew McIntyre in a world title match. During the match, okay, which one is this? That's Jay. You're not even in the bloodline anymore. Get out of here, yeet man. Come here. Raw. During the match, Damian Priest ran down in an attempt to cash in his Money in the Bank briefcase on Seth before Drew hit him with a Claymore kick to prevent the cash-in. The match continued with Seth beating Drew in order to retain the world title. And once again, you can already kind of see where this is going. So Seth is going to now move on to his next challenger, which will likely be CM Punk if Punk wins the Royal Rumble, and then Damian Priest and Drew are probably going to go off and feud with each other for the next month or so, probably, after, Drew claymores Priest and, costs him a chance at the world title. And, with those two, that could be some real fun matches. So, moving on to SmackDown, Kevin Owens beat Santos Escobar to get a shot at Logan Paul in the U.S. title at Royal Rumble. Karrion Kross came out to confront Bobby Lashley and the Street Profits before introducing his new associates, the Authors of Pain. My voice cracked like crazy right there. The Authors of Pain. Authors of Pain. If you don't remember, the Authors of Pain, the last time they were in WWE, Seth Rollins was still in the middle of his Messiah gimmick, where he was recruiting people. to like join his group. Like it was him, AOP, and then Buddy Matthews. You remember that? I think this was before, you know, the lockdown happened and they moved everything to the Thunderdome, and this is, I feel like they went off TV right before they went into the empty arenas, like before Thunderdome when it was just the empty arenas, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, they've been gone for a while. It's kind of crazy. You forget how long it's been. But they came out, aligned themselves with Karrion Kross before the three of them took out Bobby Lashley and the Street Profits. And again, that's another rivalry that could be very fun. Kross and the Authors of Pain going up against Bobby Lashley and the Street Profits. Those could be some fun, you know, 2-on-2 tag team matches, 6-man. I mean, they got a lot of options there. Oh no. Oh no. Oh, didn't even need resiliency. Ow. 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 Io Sky beat Mia Yim to retain her WWE Women's title. Pete Dunne came out with his former rival, Tyler Bate, to defeat Pretty Deadly. So Tyler Bate is now on the main roster after how many years in NXT? I swear he's been in NXT for about 8 years now, 7-8 years, I feel like. Whoop. Oh, dang it. Oh, no, you don't. Oh, boom. Alright. Sharpshooter time. Give up, Reigns. Alright, we got him to waste his resiliency. Ow. And the main event, AJ Styles versus Randy Orton versus LA Knight to determine who will face Roman Reigns for the Undisputed World title at Royal Rumble. Shocker, didn't end with a real conclusion. Roman Reigns and the rest of the Bloodline came out and attacked all three competitors to basically make it so that he wouldn't have a challenger at Royal Rumble. I guess the idea being that, hey, no one technically won because they all got beat up, so I don't have to defend it. Well, Nick Aldis stopped that plan dead in its tracks when he announced that Reigns will defend his title at the Royal Rumble, and he will defend it against all three of them in a fatal four-way match. And again, just with that, people were like, okay, now there's so many options now, because you've got AJ Styles, Randy Orton, and LA Knight all challenging Roman Reigns, and now you've got The Rock involved. There's so many different ways you can go with this. Do you have one of them win, and then have them go to WrestleMania and defend against Cody or whoever wins the Royal Rumble? Do you have like LA Knight win, beat Roman Reigns, and then challenge The Rock? I mean, that's something that I think people will be interested in see, because, you know, LA Knight for the past year or so has been very heavily compared to people like The Rock and Steve Austin. I mean, put LA Knight versus The Rock. Just imagine like the promos and like the hype packages you could build around that. There's a lot to work with. You can literally have The Rock basically call LA Knight a Rock wannabe or a Steve Austin wannabe. Like, there's so many different things you can do there, just with if you decide to have LA Knight win. So yeah, this first week of 2024 really delivered in WWE. I mean, we've got The Rock in the world title picture. I mean, kind of. I mean, really all he did was reference Roman Reigns. That was it. But you know, this is pro wrestling, and it's The Rock. You know, if he references anyone in the main event, he's gonna have a run-in with them eventually. And now you've got a fatal 4-way for the world title, and you've got a couple fan favorites in there. I mean, LA Knight and Randy Orton are probably two of the biggest fan favorites in the company, like just in the company in general. So we'll have to see, but things should be very interesting this month. And it's funny, I saw one comment that I found funny. It was right after The Rock returned. It's like, really? The Rock has made more appearances in WWE than Roman Reigns has this year. And it's like, come on, it's the first day, it's the first show of the year, and he just happens to be on that first show. So it's like, come on. And now they're even, they're at 1-1 each. So we'll see who pulls ahead in the coming weeks. But anyway, that does it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. I make new videos all the time. Stay tuned for next week's Versus, and next week where we start our new walkthrough series, Lego Batman 3 Beyond Gotham. Just finished up Arkham Asylum. Sorry it's such a long episode, and trust me, it's actually shorter than what it could have been. I probably cut about a half hour out of it. You're welcome, but it's so long. I mean, I probably could have cut a good 30, 40 minutes, like in addition to what I already cut, but then they would have gotten really choppy, and I don't know. But yes, Arkham Asylum is done. We're finished with that series. Next week we'll begin Lego Batman 3, and of course Versus next week. Hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe. I'm making videos all the time. DC01 and the People's Champ, and possibly the new Tribal Chief, The Rock, signing out. Bye guys.